It only applies during the day, during the active school day. So you see those lights up there? They're not flashing. Whether or not your job brings you inside City Hall or the 100 businesses off Uri Drive, it's more than just having this. Depending on your view, you might ask if it even fits in. After all, it is a lot of wood. But looking at it a different way, system glitches and procrastination certainly play a role. It isn't the main reason Louisianians haven't been able to sign up. A year ago, when they took those initial votes about what this park would cost at the Hamel site, they would never have voted yes. Under the bill, obviously, this will not be coming into Applebee's. It's not to say that this won't. Safety remains a top priority. A major gun show opens its doors for the weekend at the Bossier Civic Center. In general, distracted driving is risky, so obviously, no texting, Facebooking, and certainly no Snapchat behind the wheel. While it might seem like there's a lot that you can't do,
please say call.
Hands-free, perfectly acceptable. Shop's owner wouldn't go on camera, but anything happening behind those doors would not be tolerated. If your weekly trash does not fit into here, then expect it to not get picked up on time. Like always, the session opened with comments from the governor, 3 items standing out, one in particular, the legal system in Louisiana. Yeah, Nick and Jackie, it's been different for sure. Now, if you remember, it was last Tuesday when employees pulled up to these gates here.
And the mosquitoes is getting bad. I cannot open my back or either my front door at night.
Ingleside neighbor Lors Jimerson constantly sees this. Water seeping out from cracks in her street.
You think it's rainwater coming, but that's not it. The water sits, and then when that started to gushing, it's just come on down.
And it's been there for months. While problems like this exist all over the city, repairs are expensive, and that's where your water bill comes in. However, if you don't like the sights of this, you really might not like the looks of this come next month.
There's absolutely no easy way for an elected official or for the citizens.
13% increase in water and a 55% increase in sewer. For a residential home using less than 3,000 gallons, you probably pay $8 to $11 a month. Expect to pay now at least $36. If you use more than 6,000 gallons, be ready to see a jump roughly from $50 to $60.
They just paid the service fees and the meter fee. Now, if you use less than 3,000 gallons, you will be charged for the water that you use.
It's all to avoid federal fines, but also to have money to set aside to fix issues, like under the street.
Mainly water and sewer mains, which for the last 3 or 4 years, we've budgeted no money for that, had no money to put that way.
I have talked to everybody, and everybody is passing the buck to somebody else.
The buck isn't there yet, but come next month and until 2022, it'll come out of your pocket. There's a different feeling at Barksdale Air Force Base.
They said, we shut down.
The different feeling is because people like Jason Dale are missing. His daily 40-mile drive into work at Barksdale has been his routine for the last 4 years. He works for the post office on base. Now he's furloughed. How does that make you feel?
Sad.
Goodwill Industries in the Arc of Caddo Bossier contract individuals who have something in common.
Many of the people that work under our contracts at the commissary are some of our folks that have disabilities, including some severe disabilities, and these are people that will not be able to report for work. So that's upsetting for us.
43 from Goodwill and 30 from Arc of Caddo Bossier.
They show up to work on time. They do a good job for us and the government.
When it comes to being affected from these furloughs, it's a two-way street. First for the civilian employees who love their jobs and need their paychecks, to the active duty members who rely on their services, like mail delivery, sanitation, laundry, upkeep of the grounds, the commissary, even the main switchboard are different, delayed, or have totally stopped, while disabled employees sit and wait for Congress.
I hate to see the disabled community going through something that I'm not sure they're going to really fully understand.
I just love my job.
Do you like being around the Air Force?
Yes. I see a lot of people in uniforms. They're going to miss us.
The different feeling? Like something's missing. It's more than the paychecks. It's the people. He named Braveheart right now is in the Caddo Parish Animal Shelter. But how he got there is a different story. But why he's in there, well, it's even more disturbing.
It's okay.
That might be one of the last things Bo Spatero will get to say to Braveheart. Our NBC6 camera was rolling as the Spatero family was forced to give the recovering puppy to Caddo Parish Animal Control before they begin an investigation.
I'm devastated.
It's completely out of our hands and it's sickening.
It was in early September when the dog was found. barely alive, chained inside a storage unit off Uri Drive. The facility's owners made the disturbing discovery after the renter abandoned the unit. A police report was filed.
We do work complaints like this, assist in the investigation. It is disturbing.
This animal was locked in a storage building and left for dead with no hope.
That's where the Spateros came in, working with LA baby mamas to foster Braveheart. But to find who is responsible and what, if any, charges need filed, Animal Control investigates the incidents.
And we thought that we were going in there to give them everything they needed to be able to prosecute the person that did this. And we did that, but they also chose to seize Braveheart from us as property until the investigation is finished.
Rhonda works at a local animal hospital. Braveheart was going with her every day for care.
However, we still haven't been able to do his vaccinations, but there's been a ton of veterinary work done on this animal to get it back into the shape. Brave was not a stray anymore. I mean, he had a home. We were fostering him until he got better, and then we would have found him a wonderful home.
But for now, Braveheart will be kept in isolation at Caddo Parish Animal Shelter. Now, we did reach out to Caddo Parish Animal Shelter. Our calls have not been returned yet. Of course, we will continue to follow this story. It's something that's booming over social media, so log on to our website, arklatex-homepage.com, and our Facebook page to join in the conversation. Yeah, Nick, come this Saturday, starting right here all along this parade route, it will be filled with people ready to enjoy themselves. But when it comes to spending some money, of course, you can count on those crowds, but you also have to look to the crews themselves, who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars each year to ensure that many times perfect strangers have a good time.
We work hard so that the community can play hard. We have a wonderful time on parade day. We want the community to come out and have a wonderful time too.
And the wonderful time doesn't come cheap, but it's all going back to the local economy in dollar signs and the experience. The Arklatex has 15 crews with nearly 1,500 members.
You can spend anywhere from $300 to $1,000 or more on throws.
And that's a one-time expense on parade day alone per family. Not to mention everything that goes in preparation. Building materials, gasoline, food, drinks, costumes, limousines, hotels. It adds up and bought local. But crew members aren't the only ones spending.
Estimates range from between $17 million and $32 million of economic impact for the two major parades. That's Crew of Centaur and Crew of Gemini weekends.
And that study was done 6 years ago. It's grown considerably, both in attendance and help for local business.
Look at Lila's Bakery at the Boardwalk. They sold 9,000 king cakes last year at about $20 a pop. $200,000 for a mom and pop business means an awful lot to the bottom line.
So whether you're the one throwing the beads or catching the fun,
we're so excited. It's work, 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 and then Saturday, everybody just has a good time.
Now painting a little bit more of a financial picture for the Crew of Centaur members last night, within 3 hours, those members bought $19,000 worth of beads and other items to throw coming up at this parade on Saturday.